Got my internet messing up. We can do a few more questions, and then I gotta go. All right, a couple more questions. I know. This, I don't even know if this is Spectrum. We've had a thing about Spectrum. Oh, this is another track. Okay, so this one's called Osiris. You guys want to just chill for a second? Yeah, this one's called Osiris. This is off the record, track 8, off of Drop Frames. It comes out next week. Take a listen. This was one of the more chill, obviously one of more of the chill tracks. I love how that ending kind of played out. Super. I remember, like, I feel like when I'm making a beat on the live stream, like I get in a zone and then I just like, I remember that zone. It's a really weird feeling to be like, oh, I was like, I remember that weird moment. But that's probably the most, I don't know. I feel like that was one of my favorite moments in the whole thing. I had to shut down some of the other software. I'd shut down the machine and all that because it was like, I think it was stressing the computer out. Yeah, I'm trying to like do this on my laptop. And I still can't get the chat to work on OBS, but I can get it going here in Firefox, basically. Okay, so what else? We actually, I can do a couple more questions. I'm going to do a couple more questions, and dude, okay, there we go. I'll do a couple more questions. Make sure to subscribe and all that stuff, please. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. All of you who are watching who have Amazon Prime, If you have Amazon Prime, then you get free subscription with your membership. So if you haven't already used that, you get a free subscription to a channel on Twitch and you can use it right here. So connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account. You get your free sub and you can spend it right here. Um, and that will help. Then I can buy another webcam and make it my booty cam. I shouldn't joke about that. I don't. You guys are gonna like actually. You guys are gonna be like, no, you actually have to do that now. Um, which I do not want to do. That is not on my. That's not my um, preferred way of doing things on this channel. Let's do another question. So let's see. Yeah, Froggy French wants the booty cam. Yeah, sure. Guiga12 says, "Hey Mike, will you do a stream analyzing fan production? Give some tips in order to improve. Greetings from Brazil." I'm scared to do that, to like analyze and like critique your creations, um, because I have to be honest, because I'm going to be honest if I do it, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Um, I'm not your like Simon Cowell or whatever. So, that's a rough one. I maybe will do it, but I'm really nervous to do it, to be honest. Um, let's see here. What else do we got? Interesting. I don't know what this question is. So Albie 2000 says, oh, come on. Hey, this is about the LP app. Why is it not back yet? Did I lose something? Thank you for the streams. I love you. Private message. Yeah. All right, Albie. You keep being awesome, and thank you for your question. I don't know. We're not updating LP app because LP isn't really doing much. I think it's the most straightforward answer to that question. The LP app has to like, you have to like actively keep it up. It doesn't. It would that effort is not happening because the band is not really doing anything. But thank you for your question and take care of yourself. Hey, Cupcake says, do you know about the music making app Caustic? It's cheap but solid. Okay. Hey, Cupcake recommends Caustic. I have not tried Caustic. You guys try it and let me know what you think, because there's a lot of aspiring musicians and new younger musicians in the chat, and I treat this like a little bit of a not master class, but like a little. There's a lot of tutorial stuff going on here, and so we could talk about I did promise somebody at one point that we do a low budget music making stream. So like, I don't know, GarageBand or something like that. I also could do Machine. The software I always use is Machine. They also have like a phone app. I could also show you what that's like one of these days. So I'm gonna keep it. We'll keep trying different things and keep playing around with it. But I do want to show those of you who are interested in making music. I do want to like give you tools, give you tips and tools to use. Linkin Park's father, Desgraciada, says, from a production standpoint, what do you like about trap music? Your takes on these are hella informative. I like trap. I mean, it depends on what kind. Like, there's some of it is just very simple, and it in the same way that I like punk, like it's all about DIY. It's all about like being able, people who don't have very much gear or very much musical knowledge to be able to make something that sounds cool, and some good ideas come from that. Um, a criticism would be that sometimes it's too simple or it's too like copying just the most basic, you know, in like writing and in movies, you'd say tropes. Some of the like almost like stereotypes of the genre. So if you're just doing what everybody else does, then that's boring. But if you do something interesting, then that's why I've sent you guys. We've rated Kenny Beats sometimes. I think Kenny does a great job of taking that. You know, when he goes there, he does it in a way that's very interesting and um, it's different. There's a big difference between that and like your average, like whatever trap producer. And that difference is probably called experience and also called ingenuity, creativity. Yeah, for those of you in the chat asking questions, so here's the format. Like usually, like we've got a lot of people who have been in the chat a long time or a while, a few months, and they by being in the chat, you get Shinoda bucks. By having Shinoda bucks, you can go over to the link on the about page and you can use them. You can spend them on stuff. When I'm not on stream, sometimes when I am on stream, you can do games like duels against each other for your bucks, and you can gamble your bucks. Those will all get you more bucks, and then you can ask a question that way. So I prioritize the bucks. I prioritize the people who have spent their Shinoda bucks on questions. I have like a surplus. I have 2 pages of questions on the back end here of from people who have spent Shinoda bucks on those questions. So save up your come to the stream, hang out. You'll get points that way, and you can spend them on asking questions. Um, M David C4 is actually saying that I gave him Shinoda bucks. It probably wasn't me. It was probably when the Streamlabs guys were trying to fix all of the back end stuff when we transferred over Shinoda bucks. So um, thanks for being honest though. Let's see what else we've got. Um, oh, Artie drum courses. Have you served in the army? How do you feel about that obligation? You know, I don't feel like it's an obligation. I right in Israel it's an obligation. In the United States it's not. Um, and so it's a calling. Like it's some people just feel that that's for them, and it's what's remarkable is it is for them, and it's not for everybody. It's not for me. Um, and I can't relate to that being drawn to go do that, and I have a great respect to for it because it is such a huge undertaking and responsibility and challenge and um, honor. So is it in South? You said it's in somebody in the chat says in South Korea too. I didn't know that. So that it's mandatory to be in the army in South Korea. I was not aware of that. Learn something new every day. Um, yeah. So, and by the way, Linkin Park has always had a very like strong relationship and following with the armed forces and the military. Ever since the beginning. I mean, basically when we first started posting videos and people started putting our stuff online, the 2 places you'd find our music used in a mashup or in a montage were mashups with like anime and mashups with military videos. It's very interesting. Like we couldn't really, other than, yeah, I mean, there was people would say why, and I guess just because that's where the fans were, you know, um, among other places. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Pokemon, so many funny. The Dragon Ball Z one that was real. Yeah, so much Linkin Park Dragon Ball Z. Um, oh, so funny. For those of you guys that are new over here, new to Twitch and everything, like I um I was telling somebody the other day that the thing about this, there's a couple things about this format that has just really connected, that I've connected with personally. Number one, that the community here tends to be more positive than other communities. It's self-moderating, more positive community, and self-regulating. I don't know. So it you know we were here to have a good time and to enjoy ourselves. Sometimes talk about like really meaningful stuff that's meaningful to us as a community, and like the negativity is not really like trolling, and negativity is not really um, acceptable. And the other thing is that there's like some, I know there's a lot of like inside jokes and stuff like that in games and all that. And I think that's like the hurdle that keeps the riffraff out. Um, so I'm when I wrap up this chat here, this stream, we'll raid somebody and then I'll turn on the games so you can stay in the chat and game and do like duels and gambling, and people who are new are going to be like, what's that? I don't know how to do it. And the beauty of it is ask the other people in the chat. They will tell you, they will show you. You will also have to get some bucks in order to do that. But if you're hanging out here right now, you can type exclamation point. Please don't do this right now. Please don't fill the chat with this. Um, exclamation point points. Right, you're already doing it. Oh, it's gonna be. Look at the chat go. Watch. There it is. There they go. Please don't do it. Okay, there we go. Um, yeah. So, but I like it. I mean, I'm enjoying it on Twitch. I plan to be here for a while. Um, and thank you guys for making this environment, this community, you know, like welcoming and making it fun. By the way, um, we have a really wonderful age range of people here in the chat. Um, I know that we have people ranging from young, like from 10 to 70, literally 10 to 70. And that is awesome. And I am, yeah, you guys, the other day I was watching you. I was watching you. And I know some of you are trolling. I was messing around with you because some of you were trolling about like I'm 187. There you go in the chat. But for real, there are people here who are like who are all ages, and that's awesome. You guys are all welcome. Let's do a couple more questions, and then I got to get out. 10:30 because we're at like a VRBO, and we gotta leave. I gotta pack up and not have Anna and the kids like packing everything else up. Hi, Mike. Will there ever be a live DVD from the post traumatic show? Oh, from London specifically. Poof. Colin Reed. Colin, that is a great. I mean, you know, I would love to do that. I don't know if we. I don't know. I don't know. Part of the thing about that it kind of made me a little. I felt a little awkward is that I played versions of Linkin Park songs and on my show, and so I don't know how I feel about, I mean, unless I were to just post it, I don't want to like that deals with rights and um like income streams too, I guess, of the other guys in the band, and it would get muddy, and I don't want to make them uncomfortable, and I don't want to be uncomfortable. So just so you know, like that's part of what has to go on my end to like when I make decisions like that. Um, and yeah, so I don't know. Like it's just a little tricky, and I've never really jumped into the inner, like the decision making process on that. But I like the shows were so special and so cool. It's not for lack of. It's not because I didn't love those shows. Um, okay, this is an interesting question. Kitsune Kitsune Elaine? Kitsune, yeah, Kitsune Elaine, I think. Mike, what's the song that had the oldest original demo that made it to an album? Is there any song that took more than 5 years to finish? Probably, for sure. Uh, God, what song has the oldest demo? I don't know about 5 years. Here's a couple examples. There's probably a song on Post Traumatic that started as a demo. Maybe like the beat for like some of the beat or the beat for Promises I Can't Keep may have been sitting in my hard drive for a while. I definitely Castle of Glass. I made the demo for that during A Thousand Suns. Wait, yeah, Castle of Glass, A Thousand Suns, and then released it in um on Living Things. And the reason I didn't it was later in the process and I played it for Brad and he's like, I like this. It's really dope, but it's different from the rest of the album. And I was like, yeah, I know. I wanna I said, I think I'm playing you this because I think it's good, but it needs some work. It needs to get developed and we're almost done with this record and the record feels like it's the whole thought, like the whole statement, and this song feels like a different statement. So let's put this in the on the shelf or on the back burner for like the next record. He's like, yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like that's I feel like that's a good idea. Um, I don't know what other. I'm sure there were other ones, but those are the ones that come to mind. LP, all the fan organizations get so many great little pieces of trivia out of these chats. Okay, let's do one more, and then I gotta go. Um, let's see here. Oh, Chazzy Ever, your real name is Everson, says, "Hey Mike, when you guys play a festival and they film you playing, but they don't let us see it, meaning I guess that means they don't like post the video, or if they do it like regionally locked or whatever. Do you guys? Can you share it with us after? I'd love to see Maximus Festival in Brazil, 2017." So yeah, they've got like rights, like the festival promoters have deals with whoever to like, and I think sometimes they strike exclusive deals, and then those are worth money, and then they don't. There's exclusive, so they do it however they do it, and so we don't have the rights. If we sign on for a festival where they've already locked in rights, then that's usually part of the agreement. Um, and it's not usually my priority to get in the way of like a festival's like pre-existing agreements about like web streaming, um because you can't stream everything all the time, you know. um yeah, so that's an answer to that. Do we do one more question? All right, last question. Sold my soul to LP says, what's your favorite place to go snowboarding? Have you ever been to the Alps? Thanks for the streams. I love spending some of my quarantine time with you. Thanks. Um, I've never been to the Alps. I would love to go. Um, my favorite place that I do go often or regularly is Utah, the Park City area. The snow out there is really great, and they've got good like good runs, and um, I have friends out there. So that's a spot I go. But locally in the LA area, we usually all go to like basically Mammoth. That's where a lot of the pros go to just to you know practice and whatever. And so it's fun. I am certainly not like that good. I only mention that because it's fun to go up there and be like, yo, they're doing like a half pipe, like they're doing like a thing on the in the park with like a bunch of pros, and you can go watch them. So I that's all that is for me. I go up on the side of it and watch them go nuts on the parks up there. All right, guys, it's been awesome. Again, thank you so much for supporting and listening to the song. You can go listen to Open Door. Here's the song. You can go listen to Open Door right now on your streaming services. It is available to everybody now. Please share it with your friends because it's my first independent release, and we're counting on you to put it on your playlist, to put it on your social media. Use your hashtags. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being here. And we're going to raid. Actually, let me check real quick to see if anybody redeemed a raid. Quick check. Looks like they didn't. Hold on. Oh, is that it? Hold on one second. History. Okay, cool. Looks like we don't have any raids on the redemption side. So let's find a raid. Who should we raid? Who's this person? Who should we raid, you guys? I know it's a big raid. Is Dave on? I don't know if Dave's on. I would totally raid Dave. Let's look. Dave's not on. You know who's always on? 8th Radio. Oh, he's on a break though. Dave did email me. Yeah, I talked to Dave. We've been doing a little chatting. So that's good. Let's see here. You guys really want to raid? All of you want to raid Young Gun and Juna? It's like split between Anjuna and Young Gun right now in the chat. Please show my shirt. It's an Akira shirt by Nevermade. Are Mice and Men on? Mice and Men. Probably of Mice and Men, huh? Yeah, I don't think they're on. Not on. Anjuna, not Anjuna, they are rude. Wow. Okay. All right, you guys want to raid Young Gun? We'll go do that. We can raid Young Gun. All right, have a good one. Ask Young Gun to play some Linkin Park. To have Young Gun learn Open Door. That'd be awesome. Oh, it's a big raid. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you tomorrow for Prince meets Red Hot Chili Peppers with sounds of wombats. It's what we'll be making tomorrow from home. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.